Expressing how we feel might be really difficult. It might be something that you're not used to doing at all. Maybe it's something that just wasn't encouraged when you were younger. There just wasn't that element. And so you've never got used to that. So, where do we begin? So, first of all, we can test people out a little bit by just trying to open up a conversation by saying something like, usually people will say, "How are you?" You could say, "Oh, I'm okay. I'm just working through a few things. So, I've had a bit of a tricky week." And just see how they respond. The good listeners and the non judgmental people are likely to respond with "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want to talk about it? Or what's been going on?" And maybe you haven't got any reason to believe that they're going to, pass that on. You can tell quite quickly if people talk behind people's backs and things like that, because they'll be doing it about others to you. They'll be telling you things. So then you've got other people that will say, "Oh, tell me about it. My week's been a horrendous," and they'll go on to talk about themselves, which that's an indication as well that they're not potentially going to be a great listener. So that's a whole different conversation. But the people who are good listeners and are non-judgmental, you can kind of find that out quite quickly by asking, a couple of simple questions. But for some people, this is really difficult. It feels really scary. So if that's the case with you, then do seek support from a therapist. Could help you work through this, because we do know that if we can build quality relationships where we feel understood and listened to, validated, it makes a huge difference to our mental health and helps us be resilient in all aspects of life, really. So do reach out if this is something that you don't feel that you can tackle on your own.